ball game.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Showing the Hoops podcast. It's your boy Omar and Andy. Always. All right. So, season's about to start. Middle of preseason. Training camp on their way. We already recorded this. Yeah. So we had this done, but the NBA can never just start training camp quietly. We have the Karl-Anthony Towns trade. And my list changed, so we're gonna redo it. And
So the way we did this is that we just kind of did a tier list where, as you can see, we have a first place, who we think is gonna be top seeded in the Eastern Conference, all the way down to who we think is gonna be the worst.
Go ahead. My fault. No. That it's gonna be, we're doing it this way because yes, we're still gonna talk about 1 through 15. But we believe the everything can be switched by 1 or 2 games, but they're still gonna be in the same realm, same tier.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna do both simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I guess just to get the bad teams, I mean the processing teams out of the way.
Yeah, the Cooper Flag team. Let's start with Brooklyn.
I'm gonna start with Brooklyn. All right. So Brooklyn, I think I still have him at like 14th.
I have him at 15th.
Yeah, you think they're gonna okay.
Yeah, they're gonna be on. I think they're gonna be the most worst fun team in this league.
Okay.
I'm very excited to see what Ben Simmons can do. I'm ready for Cam Thomas to lead the league in scoring. You still have veterans in Cam Johnson and others. They're gonna do some trades. They're actively trying to lose this year. They're gonna be in last place.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right. I agree with that. I think they're gonna be a really boring team. They don't really have anything there. It really depends, like you said, on are they gonna start trading people like Nick Claxton? Are they gonna? They're honestly, you're right. Their goal is to be last, to just get out of the mediocrity that they are now after failing with the freaking their pseudo big three that just didn't pan out and paying basically their soul for it, which is what they're paying for now. But no, I agree with that. They can be 14th, 15th. But what I have at 15th is I still believe that I think the Washington Wizards, for me at least, are still 15th.
Yeah, I have them 14, so
yeah,
it's really not that deep. Yeah, they drafted Alex Sarr. I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole show, Kyle Kuzma. I just, they're gonna be bad.
Yeah, because they did lose Denny Avdija, I think is his name.
Yes, to Portland. At the hub, but it's like, to me, I think Brooklyn's gonna be more fun. I just don't care too much about Kuzma and Jordan Poole. The most interesting thing I'm looking to see is when the trade deadline comes, where's Jonas Valanciunas, where's Brogdon going? Because they're not going to be on this team when the season comes to an end.
Okay, so okay, I guess since we have them interchangeable, which one would you rather see? What game would you rather see?
Brooklyn.
Okay, so Brooklyn should be 14th then, because you have them 15th.
By far.
All right.
I mean, that's fine. I can want to see them. I don't mean they're going to be better.
No, yeah. That just means for us, like, bottom of the crop is Washington Wizards. You can't pay me to go to their game, is basically what we're saying. All right, that's fair. All right, what do you want to do next?
Who do you have at 15?
At 15th, I have Washington Wizards.
13.
Oh, 13th, I got Chicago Bulls. I don't think the Bulls
are
fucking shit. They're just not going to.
Yeah, they're not. I expect Vucevic to be traded this year. They're probably still going to shop Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
But they're finally trying to be bad. I'm excited. I am excited to see Lonzo Ball play for the first time in forever.
I hope he stays healthy. I do hope he stays healthy, though. But after that, then we got... I mean, they're also trying to lose. But they have Kobe White, and they have...
Yeah, Kobe White. They have their young guy that they drafted as well. He looked solid in the first 2 games.
Who's the one that did really well for them? I think his name is like Damas. Oh. Ayo
Dosunmu. Yes, Ayo Dosunmu.
Yeah, they have him.
See what's that for. I'm also interested to see what Patrick Williams finally looks like.
Is he in Chicago?
He got paid this summer. I don't know if he's finally going to take a step forward, or this is his chance to take a leap and prove that he could be a part of their core moving forward.
Okay, all right. That's fair. All right, and then we got. So we're at 12 now. Who you got at your 12?
I have the Charlotte Hornets here.
I'll agree. I think everybody else is a nice class above them.
I think to me, I think those three teams are the Cooper Flag teams. I think the Charlotte Hornets are not going to be that good, but I do believe they're there's a space between those three teams and the Charlotte Hornets. I will say.
Okay, so what if LaMelo does come back perfectly healthy?
Fine, he can come back healthy, but he's one ankle tweak away from the Charlotte Hornets being as bad as those teams.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Like, I don't care what Miles Bridges. I don't care how much of league Brandon Miller takes, or but LaMelo can't stay healthy. That I have to take into account like his injury history. I knock on wood. Yeah. I hope it doesn't, but it's more likely than not gonna happen again.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Okay, that's a fair point. So now then, really quick, because I guess technically you have them out of the play-ins, right? So the Hornets are 12th. Sorry. So who do you have at 11 then?
This is where I have the Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks. Okay. All right. Okay.
And I know this is not where you have originally.
Yeah, I still don't have them there still. So why do you have the Hawks so low?
I think this is going to be a year where the Atlanta Hawks take one step back to take 2 steps forward, and the following year you lose DeJounte Murray. Now you can finally build a team around Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. You have center depth now with the rookie you drafted first overall. You have Glenn Capella still. You brought in Dyson Daniels. Now you're trying to mold this team well around Trae Young. The answer wasn't DeJounte Murray. Now you have another shot to do it.
Okay. So then, okay. Because I have the Hawks making 10th like always, where they just kind of stick there. Because even without DeJounte Murray, they still were 10th. I think they can do it with the same thing that they did the first time, which is make the play-ins. Especially because they have players like they have this the new guy that came in last year, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. Which
if he plays well, honestly, and they still have Clint Capella, which is he's not the best, but he's still valuable for them.
I think he's a very solid center, but still, we saw with DeJounte Murray, he did it to us, he did it to y'all.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
You lose him, it's gonna affect in games. But Trae Young is such a he is an offense system. Yeah. He is an offensive system, but one guy can only take you so far.
Yeah, but you're right, and that's why I think it takes him to the play-ins at least. For me, I have Detroit at 11.
I have Detroit at 10.
Yeah, I still don't see anything from Detroit coming. You can't come. You need to have a prove yourself season, and I just don't expect them to do anything after damn near breaking the record of all sports of having almost the most consecutive losses in a season. And what have they added for you other than Tobias Harris? I think they got.
You add Tobias Harris. You add Tim Hardaway Jr. It's another year of Cade Cunningham, Jalen Ivey. And they're finally running an actual regular lineup. Isaiah Stewart is going back to the bench to play the backup 5. Finally, so now you have more modern offense now, and I think this is exactly what you needed for Detroit. Create more spacing for Cade Cunningham, and you're gonna see a step forward with veterans on the wing now. Another year of Thompson, one of the Thompson twins, Asor, and I like the Pistons. It bit me in the ass last season when I picked them to make the play-in tournament. I'm gonna double down.
Okay, so you're doubling down. All right, I still see them making the play-ins. I don't know. Even the pieces that they got, they don't scream like big ups. Tobias Harris is probably the biggest name they got. Tim Hardaway Jr. He's all right. He was the backup for fucking Kyrie whenever
he was a backup. But this is exactly what Detroit needed.
Yeah,
veterans that can shoot.
Yeah, okay. I'm not expecting a lot, so anything above 11th seed will be a surprise, and it'll be a nice one. But for now, at least I have Detroit and Atlanta switched.
And that's fine. And I believe we should have the same 9th seed.
Yes. What did you put as your 9th? Because I think I have
Toronto.
Yes. All right. Cool. I also believe.
All right, RJ Barrett is already missing. He's gonna miss the rest of preseason, but should be ready to go to start the year.
Yeah.
I expect the leap out of Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick. Sorry, but yeah, Bruce Brown also is also on that squad. I expect they're gonna be in the play-in tournament, but at the same time, you have this team during the damn media day talking about we're tanking.
Yeah,
the championship's not our goal, and I'm sitting here, I'm like.
Yeah,
it's fine. Well, your talent level's already better than all these teams we already talked about. So I think by default, almost they'll be nice.
I agree. Yeah, they have nice pieces. And I think this will be the first actual season where the Pistons that they traded for, which was
Quickly and Barrett.
Yeah, Quickly and Barrett. I think a full trading camp that they were able to do. I think that makes them better no matter what. And Scotty Barnes, like you said, I think I want him to get really, really good because I can see the potential that he has. Hopefully he comes back perfectly fine after his injury that he had at the end of last season. But I do also see them not playing because I think right now they're caught in the middle of, do we push our young talent and try to make movements or do we keep tanking to get more future talent? And they kind of have to bite the bullet of which one they want to do.
They're in the middle, but they're not bad. They're not bad enough, but they're not as good. They're not as good as the top 8 teams. But it's but RJ Barrett and Emmanuel were really good to finish the year last year.
Exactly.
And I'm really excited to see what they look like.
All right. So, I know. Let me. I know we disagree on this, so we're gonna skip that one. Where do you got the Bucks at? We'll leave our teams for a little bit later. So realistic.
Listen. So this is my thing.
Okay.
Because of training camp, because of what I've seen in preseason, and man, this is not where I have them originally. But right now, after seeing what I've seen, I have the Milwaukee Bucks in 7.
Yeah.
They are my 7th seed.
Yeah, no, same. For me, they originally were my 7th seed, and they've stayed at my 7th seed.
So I won't. They originally were my 5.
Crazy talk.
I couldn't. Yeah. If you look at Brook Lopez, is about 62 years old.
Yeah, Bobby Portis is even older.
Chris Middleton, ankle surgeries on both ankles this summer. Damien, I don't know what the chemistry of Damien Giannis is, what the culture is with Doc Rivers. There's too many question marks for this team that I don't have about the top 6 teams I have. I'm not a fan of it.
That's the thing. The East is so much stronger that a duo can no longer carry a whole team to top 4, top 5. We're kind of in the age of filling out teams very nicely, and obviously just for example, Boston, they have they have former All-Stars or All-Star level players, but a lot of teams in the East are doing that now. But we'll get into that more. And the Bucks they're not realizing that, and they're banking too much on Giannis.
And it sounds kind of disrespectful considering the duo is Giannis and
it is, but time catches
it's understanding what the other teams are, how they've been built.
Okay, so this is where we disagree, I believe, because
I have Miami 8th.
Yes, so Omar has Miami 8th. I have him at least making it out of the plans in 6th. I have him in 6th.
So this is my thing. Miami have no point guard.
Okay.
Don't talk about no Terry Rozier.
I mean, it could be.
You can't sit here and tell me what they're gonna do, and that's my problem. You as a Heat fan, you can't even tell me if Rozier's gonna be the starting guard, if it's gonna be Tyler Hero who's coming off the bench. You don't. That's their team isn't fully built. I don't know what type of regular season Jimmy Butler's gonna have. I hope Bam. I'm excited for Bam to play the 4. Hopefully he is with their draft pick, but it's I don't know. You drafted where you bring in all these other. I just don't know.
So the only reason that the Heat are seen right now in a bad light is because every other team got better in the East. But the Heat have never been a terrible team when it's time for clutch time. And I understand the whole season is 81 games. It's not the last 18 if they always make it into plans, because last time it cost them to be in the plans when Jimmy Butler fell down and got injured. So I think this season it's going to be different. I think we have Bam trying to attempt threes now, and they're giving him more space to open up. We got Jimmy Butler hopefully trying to prove that he is still worth the money, which is what he's always been saying. And that's all I can hope for. The obvious issue has always been the point guards, but at this point, I think it's another season where it's like, all right, Tyler Hero, this is your last straw. Like, we can't baby you too much. Either you're going to be either you're gonna have to be comfortable on the bench and be a good scorer after with the second team, or you gotta do something more for us. Because as of right now, I still got Terry Rozier. He got injured when he got traded. So I think after the training camp with the Heat, which has always been the best part of them, we'll develop and we'll actually see what a functioning team may look like with Terry Rozier on him. Yes, they did lose pieces, so that's why I'm not gonna be crazy and be like, oh, they're top 4, top 5. I just think that they can box it out with whoever, with the people in the play-ins, and that's how I see it.
Can you tell me what you think your projected starting 5 is?
Terry Rozier. We got Terry Rozier, Jimmy Butler, small forward. It's probably gonna be, what's his name? Highsmith. And then Bam at the 5. He's staying at the 5. My shooting guard is the only thing that changes.
So you're not. So Bam isn't. So you don't think Bam is gonna start at the 4?
No, they're not gonna start the center. I don't think they start the center. It'll probably the shooting guard's probably either gonna be interchangeable between. It depends on if they want to try a Terry Rozier Tyler Hero combo and see how that works, because we never really, like I said, they really didn't get the chance to practice it out because they traded it. And it's also just injuries have been killer for us lately, or they just go small and they put Jimmy Butler. Well, they try to put Jimmy Butler at shooting guard and have
I think
Jovic as the power forward.
I think for the Heat, Jaime Jaquez is probably going to be in that starting unit.
Yeah. But he plays the same position as Butler.
I mean, at this point,
yeah.
With no point guard, I think you can live with Hero, Jimmy, Jaime, Highsmith, Bam.
I'll be honest. I don't think Hero starts. I think he's coming off the bench this time. Because he's made statements saying, I don't, wherever they need me, I'll be. So I think he's over his ego of wanting to be a starter. Because I think he realizes that, we need wins. And he's not the best at point guard. But then again, I haven't seen Terry Rozier play that often. And I have to... One of them has to be the passing guy. That's it. The second that they clicks in their head that they can't be the one that's always scoring, the Heat will be better. So that's why I have him at 6. I have all the potential of... They have it. They just need to make it work. And we'll see if it works. If not, then at least play-ins, which is what you have in my 8th.
I just don't think the Miami Heat ceilings are as high as these other teams that I have above them. Okay. And that's honestly where I'm at.
Okay, that's fair.
The Heat don't have as much as... Their room for error isn't as much as the other teams. Mm-hmm. It's so much for Miami has to go right.
Yeah. We'll have to see as it plays out. After I've seen some preseason games and stuff, it's been interesting to watch. But we'll see how the season goes, and I guess we'll come back to this. So since I have the Heat as my 6th, I had put Milwaukee actually as my 8th. Yes, because I have the Magic. Because I had my Magic. Where did I have the Magic last time? The Magic was still in the play-ins for me.
Yeah, you had Orlando at 8.
Yeah.
Originally.
I'll flip him though, because especially with the Middleton stuff. So I think I see Orlando going at 7th. But for me, I think we've said it before. 6 to 9, 6 to 8. It's a 1 game difference. It's always going to be something that's just not.
That was for you.
Yeah, that's for me. Yeah.
I thought. For me, the East falls 10 through 15. I really don't care. They're all bad. One of them is just by default going to make the play-in tournament. Mm-hmm. Okay. 9th, I think Toronto's locked for 9th.
Okay.
I think Miami's locked to 8th.
Okay.
And then I think 4 through 7, it can be a toss-up. Now,
okay.
With that being said, I have Orlando 4th.
Yeah, you're smoking joints. Okay.
I'm really not. Understand, Orlando's going to have...
Okay.
Orlando arguably is going to have the best defense in the league.
Okay.
They were top 3 defense last season.
Okay.
Elite from Paulo Banchero.
Okay.
Frost is going to get better. And the weaknesses, that was Markelle Fultz with his health issues, not playing. Gary Harris might not play.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Ingles, who couldn't defend because he is 55 years old, is no longer on the team. You bring in Anthony Black and Jet Howard, who have looked great in the preseason. And I love Anthony Black. Will share the bench responsibly with Karl-Anthony in the backcourt. You add a guy like KCP into that starting unit. Wendell's gonna be healthy, recovering from his hand surgery. I'm ready. This team has so much of a higher ceiling than like Miami, and their defense will win them games.
I mean, okay, that's what you think. I have him at. Like I said, I have him at 7. So I don't know, man. The Magic lost in the first round. I gotta see something better. I gotta see Franz be better. That's it. I've given my opinions in the positions, and that's gonna stick until I can see something. I'm not. I have no faith for them, especially at 4 is a little maddening with the teams that are left over right now. But
they won. You say these things, but his shooting was an issue last season.
Okay, yes.
It took a bit of a dip last season, and they still won 47 games.
And they still got beat in the first round.
We're not talking about the
playoffs. No, I understand. I'm but I think they stay where they were, or just get a little bit worse. But I don't think they go that up. They were what? Where were they? Were 6th last time or 5th?
5th. We were 5th.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess yes, they can go up 1 spot, but I don't think they will. I think all the other teams are better.
That's fair.
Okay. So what do you have? So who do you have at 6th?
Indiana.
Yeah, you're smoking. You're smoking a joint. All right, it's fine. So why do you have Indiana at 6th?
I love the duo of Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
Again, preseason has a lot because I love what I've seen out of Cleveland in the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you still have Miles Turner. And then the role players around the Indiana and Orlando are like very like they're the inverse of each other. Indiana's defense is garbage, and their offense is like one of the best in the league. Orlando's offense has a lot to be desired, not good, and their defense is elite. Now, I think Orlando's offense I have more faith in Orlando's offense getting better than Indiana's defense getting into that top 15. But the Indiana Pacers, don't get me wrong, you still have Ben Mather and Nembhard, and it's like they're still gonna be a very good team. Again, remember, for me, 4 through 7, they can flip flop, and I can understand why.
Okay. All right. So then you have Cleveland at what, 5th?
Yes, I have Cleveland 5th.
Okay. I have Cleveland.
I love what I've seen out of Mobley. So far this offseason, he looks a lot more aggressive offensively, which I like. I just need the 2 things I need to see for Cleveland to take that next step is, can Evan Mobley shoot the ball consistently from beyond the arc to be able to fit next to Jared Allen? And can Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell share the backcourt?
Okay, all right. Well, okay. So I'm fine with Cleveland being 5th because that's where I have him. I have Pacers at 3. Just letting you know. All right, what were you gonna say?
Because Cleveland, I really like the Kenny Atkinson hiring for the head coach spot, but I need to see the proof of concept.
Okay, all right.
Which I do have faith in, and which I have the 5th.
Okay. So then I'm assuming you have. Okay, so then you have 3rd Philly, I'm assuming.
I have Philadelphia 3rd.
Okay. All right. Okay. I had him 4th.
You have them 4th?
Yeah.
Would you have 3rd?
Pacers.
Okay, Indiana. You have Indiana. Okay. No, for me, they're gonna be an elite team. You add Paul George to that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. Yeah. My one thing is, I don't have them top 2 is I don't know how many games Joel Embiid is gonna play.
Yeah.
I don't know how many games Paul George is gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
But if you at least have 2 of the 3 playing together, they can have a chance to win any given night. I and I also really like your head coach, Nick Nurse. There's not a like to not like about the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, it's 100% dependent on, and I think I've stated where it's like he needs to play less to be better, so that way he can be better in the playoffs. And I think literally he said that like in media day, he was like, "Yeah, we're trying to work a schedule where like I don't play as much, so that way I don't get injured, so I can be ready for the playoffs." So we'll see. I think they're actually, I have him lower because I think they're purposely doing the thing of like, we don't mind being 4th, 5th because we'll have Joel Embiid at the playoffs.
Okay, that's honestly that's fair. Mm-hmm. I think Embiid plays maybe around 60 games.
Okay.
And I think a lot of it's gonna be also when he does play, his usage is gonna be lower. You have Paul George, and that's what I really love to see.
Yeah. So we'll...
you don't want to sit Embiid so much to the point where his conditioning isn't up to snuff for playoff time. So I think he starts to be out there, but just not force him to run the offense room every time, especially when you have a guy like Paul George.
Okay, that's fair. All right. I can see why you have him third, though, but okay. So then, I know we have different number ones. That's all I know.
Let me tell you something. You know what?
Okay, wait. Before that, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I know ball. I'm just gonna say it now. I had 3 weeks ago, I had the Knicks at number 1, and that was before any trades happened. I just had a gut feeling that New York was gonna take that leap and be the best in the East. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro, come on, that's not fair.
It's a gut feeling, baby. It's the gut feeling.
Bro, fuck your gut feeling. That's not fair, bro. Bro. You couldn't tell me Karl-Anthony Towns gonna get traded to New York.
Nope, I couldn't. But I knew I felt like they'd be better than Boston. I don't know why, but so just so you guys know, at least in the last one, the one that we had to like scrap completely, I had Boston at 2, Knicks at 1. I don't think you changed your opinion though, Omar. I think you still have everything set, right? As in your who's your one?
New York. Anyways.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Listen, the Boston Celtics without Porzingis last season went 21-4, but that was like, I think these got better. I don't know if they're gonna be able, because now they have the target on their back.
Yeah.
Their offense. You can see what their offense is gonna look. This has more repetition. The defense could prepare for them better. With no Porzingis, and the Knicks getting Cat.
Yeah, that's
what Thibodeau likes to play their stars a lot. I just put New York at 1 for me.
All right, bro. So, I mean, hey, all I know is, so we're talking obviously. If the Knicks go on a run, bro, I'm ready for the generational videos I'm about to see on fucking every social media. If the Knicks come out number 1 in the East.
I am taking a trip to New York. I need to see that live.
Bro, I gotta go. Yeah, God, dude. I just know those tickets prices are gonna be skyrocketing after the freaking Cat trade. Those season holders are so happy right now.
Listen, okay, let's talk about the trade real quick.
Yeah, okay.
So I really like this New York Knicks. It sucks to see Dante DiVincenzo go.
Yeah.
And I don't know which reports were true. There were some reports saying he wanted more playing time. That wasn't going to happen with New York. So maybe they did him a favor. We don't know.
Yeah.
But the fit, there were question mark fits about Julius Randle. And again, this, I feel for them because Julius Randle wanted to be there. He didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
But if we're talking purely basketball, the fit of Cat next to OG Anunoby and Bridges, if Karl-Anthony Towns could bring the same defensive intensity he brought in Minnesota, because he was a really good defender last year. The New York Knicks, man.
Okay, so the thing is though, the reason why, just to give you guys a little bit further, why Omar had them at 2nd was because they had a hole at the center position. So are you saying that hole has been fulfilled with Cat or?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's why you have him one now. Okay.
And now, and I also didn't know when Randall was going to be ready to start the year. So those were question marks. I don't know how fast of a start New York was going to get off to. That's why I had Boston 1. But 2 of those question marks are answered. And then when Mitchell Robinson's ready to come back, which now there's no rush, he's like honestly the perfect backup 5 to Cat. You never lose that defensive identity. You still have the lob threat. It's great. New York, orange and blue skies.
Yeah. So who's your starting five then for them on the Knicks right now?
Man.
So we got Brunson.
Maybe out Brunson, Hart, Bridges, and an OB Cat.
I forgot they fucking got Bridges, dude. It slipped my mind. I was trying to think. That's a nasty team, dude. Oh, dude. They're going to be so enjoyable to watch if they fit well. I pray they don't implode like the Brooklyn.
Bro, and then Cat already had 25 in the preseason game. Oh, man.
It's going to be... He's on a revenge tour, by the way. He's on a revenge tour and a half because he also wanted to stay in with the Wolves.
Absolutely.
And they traded him with no like... Oh, dude.
And okay. Let me say this. Mm-hmm. When the West comes out, I have a lot to say about the damn Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's what I was going to say too. I was like, all I know is this really affected the Wolves. But we'll go into that. So stay tuned, guys, for the next video that's going to come out a week from now where we do the West. But for now, let's just... All right. Do we have any actual disputes? Because I'm okay with what you have. Like, I agree with the bottom tier. I'm okay leaving Heat at 8 because for me, like I said, 6th to 8th can be switched. But I have to say we got to put... I want to put the Magic at 5th and move Cleveland to 6th and put Indiana at 4.
Cleveland at 6?
Yeah. Just move Magic down 1 and Indiana up 1.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll do that just to...
Happy medium.
It's a happy medium.
For me, 4 through 7 is really interchangeable. Yeah. I'm not too mad at this. Mm-hmm. But I will say, let me say this about the Eastern Conference. 1 through 8, they are all good teams. Yeah. I am so ready for these playoffs. If we are talking healthy, there will be no sweeps. Yep. I don't want to hear nothing about 5.
Yep.
About gentlemen sweeps. These are all very good teams, and I wouldn't be completely surprised if they are 2 like quote unquote upsets in the first round.
I completely agree with you. The East has finally caught up with the West, where there's multiple teams that are good. There's actual 8 teams that are good, and not just a top 3, top 4 team where it's like, okay, they're always gonna make it. Like,
yeah,
exactly. It's crazy because we thought about this really long and hard, and the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis is, as for us right now, is 7th because of just how much talent there is in the East now, and it's gonna be great to watch.
And we're saying that, and Toronto, Detroit, and Atlanta are on their way coming.
Yeah. This is gonna be probably one of the most enjoyable seasons because there's no more everybody just being like, oh well, Boston has everybody because all the other teams caught up. I wish the Heat would have, but whatever. I'm gonna have to just suck up whatever they freaking throw out. But I think that's it. I think we're good. Do you have any final remarks on any teams?
No. Maybe we're just gonna make it magic, baby, to this year, and see you guys next time.
All right, peace.